News Channel 7. Time for 7 First Alert weather.
Well, nice day today. Temperatures are about 4 degrees below the average. Okay, that's what we had. Here's today's temperature. Here's the average. Okay, so 93 degrees. Low this morning was 61, and the average is about 62 degrees. So we're pretty close to average here. Not looking at anything really hot until we get into next week. And I'll show that to you. Okay, first of all, here's what I'm looking at for tomorrow. Temperatures overnight do drop into the 60s, so what's really been nice about this weather is that we have had some of those cool mornings if you're up early. Now during the day, the temperature is going to be getting up around that 93 mark, so as you saw just a little while ago, that is about average. Now this is an interesting map here. I kind of like this one, so I want to point this out to you. First of all, these are the layers of heat. Let's kind of think of it that way. If you go to the north, it's much cooler in the yellows, and then if you go down here to the south, especially down toward Texas, red hot weather. Okay, so I'm going to put this in motion. It's the futurecast, and you'll notice this hot weather coming up here. It's getting pretty close here as we get into Saturday. That's when we still expect these temperatures to be low to mid 90s, and then you'll notice that the heat here from the south continues to push in. Okay, there it is. And then you'll notice that it connects, so that by the time that we get into next Monday or Tuesday, look, it's hot everywhere. Just so that you know, it's just not hot here in Boise. It's going to be really hot in Salt Lake City, above 100 degrees. We're going to be seeing temperatures well into the 90s for Seattle and Portland. It's over the entire area. But I'm showing you this for this reason. This is next Tuesday. Now, I said the cooler air here to the north, so you can see how this comes back down quite a bit. Yeah, it retreats. And as you take a look getting into the end of next week, we see these temperatures really coming down. How much? Well, let me show you by this graph that we're going to be looking at temperatures in the mid-90s, like I said. Then that heat really starts to come in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And these could be the hotter days. It could even be above 100 degrees with those temperatures. But then remember, they started to drop off, and there they are, down to an 87 by the following Sunday. This is August. Temperatures are starting to come down, okay? So it's looking pretty good, and it's looking good outside. In your satellite radar there, you know, if you're going to be spending any time outside for tonight, it's going to be a little breezy, and it will be for the next few days just because of the changing weather that we see in this pattern of heating up and coming down. So we'll have some breezy afternoons, but we're not going to have any thunderstorms, no showers that are out there for tonight. So here's a look at your temperatures for tomorrow. As we start with Twin Falls, high 91. Temperatures will be up around 90 degrees. In the Central Mountains, temperatures will be in the lower 80s. Very pleasant, most of those spots. And as you look at the Western Mountains, high temperatures will be right around 80, 82 degrees. Down here in valley locations, your temperatures are starting to come up from that 89 we had today to about average. There's your 93 degrees for the high temperature tomorrow. Let's take a look at what we're seeing here for the 7-day forecast. Well, you see those temperatures that will be coming up. Like I said, we could be changing these to 101 or 2 for next Tuesday and Wednesday, but basically it's sunshine for each day. So not much for forecasting except for the fact that we've got some really hot weather coming our way. And in Magic Valley, when we talk about that heat, you're going to be getting to probably the upper 90s to as much as 99. You could get pretty close to 100 by next Wednesday. And then when you take a look at the mountain locations, temperatures in the 80s, still kind of nice, but they'll experience a few 90s, lower 90s as you get into next Tuesday and Wednesday. But then again, it's coming down. We're going to be back with more news in just a moment.